Has your driving test been cancelled? Well, we're going to go through some of the reasons why your driving test may be cancelled, and dvsa have sent an email out asking you guys to go through some of the checks so that your driving test doesn't get cancelled. As you know, since the pandemic, there's been a massive waiting list for learner drivers to book a driving test. So let's see what dvsa has said on their email. Tackling the increase in wasted driving test appointments. To help reduce the number of driving tests wasted, dvsa is urging learner drivers to follow the next 10 tips which we're going to go through. So why is it that a student will book a driving test and not turn up? And therefore, you're reducing the chance of someone else to take the driving test. And as you know, there's a massive waiting list for learner drivers out there. Let's see what dvsa is saying. The number of car driving tests being wasted due to learner drivers not turning up has more than doubled compared to before the pandemic. This means that every day 1 in 21 learner drivers do not turn up for their driving test. So it's such a waste for all of those students who are actually ready for the test but can't book a driving test. dvsa has research found that 25% of those who did not turn up used a third-party app to book their driving test, and the second biggest reason for not showing up for the test was that the driving instructor was unavailable. That's about 13%, and 11% said that they forgot the date and time of their booking. So it's such a shame that students do not turn up for their driving test. As you know, there's about 5 to 6 months waiting list, and you're really hampering the chance of other students to take the driving test because you yourself have not turned up. And three of the biggest main reasons are you booked the test through a third-party app, so therefore maybe these apps are not reliable. The second reason is your driving instructor is not available, so maybe you're not planning it with your driving instructor. And the third reason is you're forgetting the date and time, so you're really restricting the chance for other students to take their driving test. Let's go through the top 10 tips that dvsa has given out to students out there in order for them not to miss their driving test. Okay, so number 1 is make sure you or your driving instructor includes your mobile number in your booking, as you will get a free text reminder. So that's not bad. Now there's no reason why you should be forgetting your driving test. They're going to send you a reminder of the date and time. Second is check your instructor is available for your driving test before booking it. So I'm not too sure why your instructor wouldn't be available. Comment below the reasons why your instructor couldn't take you on your driving test, because whenever our students book a driving test, they let us know. So as I said, it could be because maybe you booked it last minute, maybe your instructor had a sudden change of plans. That could be one of the reasons. But other than that, I'm sure when you book a driving test, you'll let your instructor know. Let me know if you don't. But all our students do let us know. Okay, number 3, bring your provisional driving license. We cannot tell you who you are or what provisional entitlement you have without it. You have to 100% have your provisional driving license. The exam will not go ahead. Okay, arrive on time. Examiners have a tight schedule. You will miss your test if you are late. So with your instructor, you should really have an hour lesson just to calm the nerves to get to the test center. If you don't, make sure you get there early, about 5 to 10 minutes. Some test centers, they don't allow you to enter the test center 10 minutes early, but be around their vicinity, and then make sure you're there 5 minutes before it starts. Book only through your instructor or the official online booking service. So that way you'll know who exactly is booking it for you. You don't have a third party that you're gonna have to chase after. I have seen it actually. A student at the driving test center booked it through a third party. They go to the test center and it's been cancelled, but they wasn't aware of it, and the test couldn't go ahead. But obviously, had they booked it through the instructor or themselves, on the gov.uk site, then they will definitely get the emails and the reminder of the test being changed. Okay, 6. Don't book through third parties such as an app or online seller. There is a risk that you will not receive important information such as changes to your test, as we mentioned earlier. Number 7. Make sure you have an instructor or have access to a car well in advance of your test day. Without a car, a driving test cannot go ahead. I didn't know that actually. So you definitely need a car for a driving test. Of course you need a car. But yeah, obviously plan ahead. You can't turn up to a test a day before not knowing if you got a car or not. Plan ahead. 8. If you take your own car, check the gov.uk that it can be used on the driving test. Make sure it has the additional L plates, and you can go to the gov.uk site to see the things that you need. Number 9, make sure the car is taxed, MOT and insured. If the car is not, your test won't go ahead. And for my own advice, I would say make sure the car has no lights on the dashboard, engine lights or anything, and make sure the car has petrol in it. Believe it or not, students turn up to the test with literally a low fuel tank. It might be one bar, it might be the light showing in the car, and so the test will not go ahead. And finally, number 10, if you or your instructor think that you are not ready to take the test, you should rearrange it and allow someone else to use it. And again, you can go to the gov.uk site. So I'm assuming some students just don't turn up for the test if they feel they're not ready, but change it so that other students can also book a driving test. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Go to our channel for loads of tips on how to pass your driving test, and go to our site as well, fmdrivingschool.co.uk, for more tips on how to pass your theory test. And there's loads of modules out there that we posted in how to pass your driving test.